Giving me an up-close and personal view. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Joanne Powell Show. I am Joanne. We are coming to you from the World Center of Broadcast Media, WCOBM, Hollywood. We have a very busy and jam-packed show for you today, and if you are tuning in on the Go Harrison Show, I'd like to welcome you as well. Well, Donald Trump is officially our 45th president of our nation, the United States. It's been something that we have been watching as we get closer to the event. It actually has happened, and he is already busy. This is our first 100 days in his administration. We're in our first week, and it's been a bumpy and a very busy beginning for the Trump administration. He is already starting to make good on some of his campaign promises. One, he is working on a plan to start building that wall between the United States and Mexico. The key component, who will pay for it? That is the key that everybody is wanting to see what's going to happen there. He claims that Mexico will pay for it, but Mexico is basically saying, we're not going to pay for it, so we'll see what happens there. And the next thing that he said during his campaign that he is working on is basically banning Muslims from coming into the United States. There's a plan in the works that is going to stop people from different countries in the Middle East, and most of them are predominantly Muslim nations, from being able to come to the United States of America. We will keep you posted on how that goes. And on his first weekend in office, that actually was full of the inauguration, balls and protest. Take a look and listen. President Trump's inauguration was full of pomp and pageantry, a historical event as Trump became our nation's 45th president.
God bless America.
The Trumps started their day with the traditional visit to the White House, where they had coffee and tea with the Obamas.
Vice President-elect, how are you? Good to see you.
Melania gave Michelle a gift. Many on social media wanted to know what was in the Tiffany box. First Lady Melania looked stunning in her Ralph Lauren suit. Shortly after being sworn into office, Trump went right to work, signing some official papers. Then it was off to lunch, where they had steamed lobster, grilled bison, and apple pie for dessert. The first couple had their first dance, joined by the vice president and his wife, then the rest of the Trump family. Trump's inauguration was a memorable day before a cheering crowd. And it was the media's crowd size comparison between Obama's 2009 inauguration and Trump's that sparked a conflict between the Trump administration and the media.
And it showed an empty field. And it said we drew 250,000 people. It looked, honestly, it looked like 1.5 million people, whatever it was. But it went all the way back to the Washington Monument. Is that, as you know, I have a running war with the media. They are among the most dishonest human beings on earth.
White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer had this to say.
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration. Photographs of the inaugural proceedings were intentionally framed in a way, in one particular tweet, to minimize the enormous support that had gathered on the National Mall.
Media outlets deny the accusations and say their reports were accurate.
Why did he do that? It undermines the credibility of the entire White House press office on day one.
Don't be so overly dramatic about it, Chuck. You're saying it's a falsehood, and they're giving Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that. But the point remains.
Wait a minute. Alternative facts? Alternative facts, 4 of the 5 facts he uttered. The one thing he got right was Zeke Miller. 4 of the 5 facts he uttered were just not true. Look, alternative facts are not facts. They're falsehoods.
Well, now President Trump is basically saying that there was excessive voter fraud as a part of this election, robbing him of the popular vote. He's basically saying, and he believes that there were 3 to 5 million people who illegally voted in the election. The key here is that this particular belief or claim has no backing. There is there's no fact to it. So there's a lot of information coming out of the White House. This is another falsehood or alternative facts, as they're doing a spin on basically untruths that are coming from the White House. It's going to be interesting to see what else happens. I know initially after the first story dealing with the crowd, we thought that we were kind of beyond that with the White House, but yet again we have another claim dealing with this alleged voter fraud, which is not based on fact. And basically, he's the only one believing it. A lot of members of Congress are not backing that up. There has been extensive looking into this issue. And something that's interesting about this is that normally you get claims like this from the person who did not win the election. He actually won the election, but I guess it's bothering him that he did not also, besides winning the electoral vote, get the popular vote. That went to Hillary Clinton. So we're coming out with another twist or his belief, a spin on the election, which is interesting. But one thing that cannot be disputed is over the right after the inauguration, over the weekend, there were millions of women who took to the streets in Washington, D.C. and cities across the country, including Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, and other cities across the country and around the world. It was the Women's March on Washington, in whatever city they happened to be living in and wanted to go to because it was closer if they couldn't actually make it to Washington, D.C. When we come back, I am going to be joined by some women who were participating in some of those marches across the country. So we will hear from them about their experience and what motivated them to participate in this millions of women marching on Washington and cities across the country. So stay tuned.
If you are an adult that began college and has not finished your college degree, let me put it to you straight. If your lifestyle and your standard of living is not becoming to you, then you should be coming to us, Oakwood University Elite Program. We are the fast, flexible adult degree completion program for the busy adult, like you.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098. It's time to leap.
For years, people have trusted McKay's Family Mortuary. We're part of your community and we'll take care of the details. We offer a variety of memorial services, including sea scattering and cremation. According to the Federal Trade Commission, the average funeral cost is over $9,000. We have complete funeral chapel service starting at only $31.25, casket included. Direct cremation starting at only $9.95. Visit one of our 5 locations and meet our caring and diverse staff. McKay Family Mortuary. Let us be the shoulder to lean on.
Thanks to Oakwood University and the LEAP program, I have now a college degree. So to the Spanish-speaking members of this community who feel that the LEAP program is something you should consider, I would say, ánimo a la universidad. Considere el programa LEAP de Oakwood University.
Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.
Seize the Day Scuba for your best scuba experience above and below the sea. You'll find friendly staff, experienced PADI certified instructors, and state-of-the-art scuba equipment and gear. Join our dive club and we'll help you plan memorable scuba excursions. Immerse yourself. Seize the Day Scuba, serving Southern California. Call 949-220-0500 to create your scuba experience.
When I first started into the program, yes, I had doubts. I was really impressed with Oakwood University, with the faculty and the staff and the student body. It was a really good experience, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who was thinking about going back and finishing their degree.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.